everybody. Welcome. I don't remember what to say at the beginning of these things. It's been a little while, so let's hope I can get through without too many ums and ers and fidgeting, which I seem to already be doing. I'm quite warm and my glasses are starting to steam up. That's a good start. You might be able to tell this wasn't exactly planned, but I've got a free day and I thought, why not give it a go? So let's rewind a little bit, start again properly. Hello and welcome to Hannah's Happy Space. I am Hannah. Thank you very much for joining me here today. I'm at home in Devon. I live with my sister Cara and her son, my nephew Sebi. If you've been here before, you'll already know that. I'm saying lots of ers and ums already. Okay, calm down. Right, I have not podcast for, I had a look, my last podcast was, sounds like a confessional, my last podcast was April the 2nd this year. If you are a regular follower, if you watch my videos, if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll know that back at the end of April, I think it was, I decided to have a break from all social media due to some mental health, not necessarily problems, just, you know, I thought it would be good for my mental health to take a step back. The plan was to have a month away from doing that. Obviously that went on a little bit longer. Not that that means there's been anything majorly wrong. Don't panic. It got to a month and I thought, no, I'm not ready to do that yet. Kept going. You know, every now and then people would say, oh, you're going to, you know, do a podcast? Are you going to put anything on Instagram? Anything like that? And I just felt I wasn't ready to. And honestly just didn't really want to. So yeah, now the time has come. I've been putting a few bits on Instagram recently. I've been joining in with a crochet along, which I'll share hopefully with you later. And being part of the, you know, the community again has brought me back out, and I'm here on YouTube. If you haven't seen me before, hello, welcome. I don't normally leave a 6-month gap between podcasts. I try and keep them fairly regularly. At most, it's a month between podcasts. But yes, here I am. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back, for waiting. And thank you to those of you who have sent me messages either here or on Instagram wishing me well. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. So my podcast is all about knitting, crochet, what we've got, sewing, cross stitch. That's what I've got today anyway. As you can imagine, over the 6 months I've been fairly busy. I do a standard format, if you like. I'll go through finished items and then whips, and then at the end normally is anything, you know, like incoming or plans or that kind of thing. I have quite a lot of finished projects to share, which that's the aim of today. Depending on how long it takes to go through them all, will depend on if I show you the colour whips that I'm working on. If not, we'll save those for next time. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail on all of the projects, just because there are a lot. Everything I talk about, all the details will be in the description box below. So any patterns that I've used, any yarns that I've used, that kind of thing, where you can find them. I'm just looking around to make sure I've definitely got everything. If you could see, there's a bit of a pile here. That's things to show. I've got a pile on the floor. I've got piles outside of the camera. The camera is precariously propped up on a box because the usual thing that I use, tripody thing that I use, my brother's got. So it's all a bit makeshift, and I'm holding myself up a little bit, trying not to dip down too far because you're on the table and things aren't at a proper level. Anyway, it's probably enough waffle. I'm just having to think to see if there's anything major that's happened over the last 6 months that I need to share with you. And it's a bit sad that there probably isn't. We are all well, don't panic. I've had a birthday. You know, they're not very exciting when you get to my age. Although I just dig it out. My family all clubbed together and got me a, is it Mood? I don't know how you say it. One of these lovely leather needle cases, I guess, is what for all my interchangeable needles. And that was back in July. What else we had? Obviously, there's been a lot of birthdays over 6 months. Both my brothers. Dominic was in June. He was 32. Harry, his birthday was in July. He was 23. Who else have we had? It was Semi's birthday in October. He's now 11, which is crazy. He's gone back to school. He went back to school in September. He's now in year 6. We went to Peyton Zoo for the day for his birthday. That was lovely. That was October. We're in October now, aren't we? So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Yeah, I think so. We'll leave it there. If I think of anything exciting, I'll add it in on the way. But I've been waffling on to you for 5 minutes, so we probably should show you something, and I need a drink. Okay, let's crack on, shall we? Got my notes. Let me get them off the table. Try not to jiggle you around too much. So, I think it's been about 6.5 months since I last podcast. I have made a little list here to go through what I have made. So, I have made 13 knitted projects, 9 of which are garments, 1 shawl, 3 pairs of socks. Crochet, I have crocheted 5 different things, 2 shawls. Oh, this isn't going to add up properly, is it? 2 shawls. Yes, no, sorry. 2 shawls. 1 amigurumi. No, it's a great start, Hannah. 2 shawls, 3 amigurumi. Only 1 of which I have to show you today because 2 have gone off to Millie, my cousin's little girl. She had asked for some bits and I don't have any photos of them, but they add to the total. And half a blanket. So I haven't got that with me, so my another cousin's boyfriend asked for a crochet blanket like his granny used to have. So me and Mum said we would make him one. She crocheted half the squares. I crocheted half the squares. That's half a blanket. He was very pleased. And then we have got 3 felt sewing projects, 3 felt toys and 2 cross stitches. So altogether 22 projects. So that's why I'm going to try and go fairly quick. Okay, so let's start with knitting. I've got all my project cards. These project cards are from lovely Fran over at Franny Do Makes. I shall leave a link to her Ko-fi shop and her podcast down below. Right, let's see. I think it's easier to pick the garment off the top of the pile and find the corresponding card. So, first up is the Salty Air Tea by Samantha Guerin. And that is this tea. So this is a 4-ply knitted tee, obviously, with a lacework yoke. This is knit in the round, top down. It's a paid for pattern. Obviously, I won't be able to go into too much detail. Hopefully, you can see the lace. Oh, it's excuse me. I haven't done the typical British thing of saying the weather's not very good today. It's quite dark outside. Hopefully, the lighting is okay. Okay, so this has been knit using good old Yarnsmiths Merino sock yarn. If you haven't heard of this yarn, where have you been? I think every podcaster in the land has fallen in love with it. I am definitely one of them. I have not knit socks in it yet, but I have knit some garments. So this is a 4-ply sock yarn, 75% merino. I think it's just normal merino, not superwash. Yeah, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 400 meters, with 100 grams. So I have used the colour moss green. So that is garment number 1. Okay, next. Oh, it would have made sense to put these in some sort of order, wouldn't it? But, you know, never mind. We'll get there, won't we? Here we go. The next item is See My Vest. I've actually made 2 of these, but I haven't got the other one down here because it's in Cara. So See My Vest is a free pattern on Ravelry by Maker Maker, and it is a chunky weight vest. Now, vest, tank top, slip over, whatever you may call it, slightly cropped. I suppose you can make it any length you like. Again, knit in the round. Here is mine. So I'll try and show you the colour as best I can. There we go. So just a simple chunky vest. This was really quick to knit. It is knit in the round, but you start flat for the back. Start on the back, do that flat, and then you do these shoulders. And once you've got down to the sort of waist split for your sleeves, then you join in the round. Excuse me. There's going to be a lot of coughing, I think, and drinks for all this chattering and fluff that seems to be flying around. Okay, so that's my one. Again, difficult to show the colour. I think, there we go. So this one has been knit using Stylecraft Life Chunky in the colourway Mixtures Cranberry, and that's 75% acrylic, 25% wool. And the vest itself is knit on 7mm needles, ribbings done on 6mm, and like I say, it was super quick. It only took me a day or 2 to knit that one. I couldn't do it for, I find that I can't knit for ages on a chunky weight because the needles, bigger needles seem to make my hands a bit achy. Like I say, I've made 2 of those. The second one that I made, which I don't have to show you, but I can show you what colour it was Cara's version. And I knit hers using Wendy Festival in the colourway Woodstock, and that's 100% acrylic. I'm just going to shuffle forwards a little bit to try and show you the colourway. So it's an orange yarn, and it's got sort of pink, purples and blues. Yeah, purples and blues and little bits pink maybe throughout. So that was Cara's. Hers took a little less to knit because she's a little shorter than I am, which is fine. Makes knitting quicker. Right, let me shuffle back. So those are the 2 vests. What do we have next? The start of the Tolsters. Now, if you've been here before, I have knit, is that what I want? I've knit Tolsters before, DK weight and 4-ply fingering weight. This is a double knit Tolster. The Tolster pattern, t-shirt pattern, which is by Rebecca Clow. I think that's Clow. I'm never sure if it's Clow or Clow, but she is the Crayer Bear on YouTube and Instagram. Like I say, this is a DK weight Tolster. They're knit on larger needles than you would normally knit a double knit on, so they knit up quickly. And this was a project that I decided I was going to go through my cotton stash and just use up whatever I could find. So I don't know what's in here. There's a mixture of, they're all double knit, obviously. And there's a mixture of Stylecraft cottons, Rico cottons. There could be anybody's in here, to be honest. I'm just having a look to see if anything pops out. I think there might be some paint box, possibly some drops. I don't know. Now, this is a very, very bright, not to everyone's taste. So basically, I used up whatever I could find. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong direction. Knit up what I had into varying size stripes. in various colours. And this is slightly cropped again, so I can throw one over the top of my dresses or dungarees. Yeah, not a huge amount more to say about this. This is a really great pattern. Like I say, I've knit them before and I've knit more since. I'm looking down there because that's where the pile of stuff is. Really quick, simple pattern, loads of ways to what's the word I'm looking for? Customize. So I've done ones, so raglan t-shirt, so you can do different types of increasing on your raglans. Obviously you can use stripes. There's ones with eyelet patterns. I know there's a new pattern out now for adjustments to make it into a tank top or a camisole. Yeah, really great pattern. I think this is stretched already. The cotton ones are really, because they're knit on a larger needle gauge, they do tend to grow. But like I said, this is just a use up stash. Do you think I'm going to try and get thumbnails? It never happens for me. So if you see me stop and stare like a crazed woman, that's what's happening. Yeah, so this was just a use things up, throw over top. So that's the first of the Tolsters. It's the only DK Tolster I've done this time. Okie dokie, let's put that on the finished pile. What is next? There's a lot of teas you will come to see. Yeah, that one. Okay, the next tea is the Summer Jimmy Jab, which is a pattern by Jacki Badger, who is the Woolly Badger on Ravelry and Instagram. Let's see if there's anything I need to tell you. This one has been knit using Drops Flora in the colourway, oh yeah, they only do numbers, 11, I think, is it Petrol? So that's Drops Flora, which is a alpaca wool blend, so 65% wool, 35% alpaca. I picked this up from Wool Warehouse when they had one of their drop sales, so you know, oh, I've written on here Flora Petrol. Yeah, so it was a pretty cheap garment to make, and the contrast color I've used is a Discrete Unicorn yarn. I'll show you it in the garment as well. This is one that I picked up from Discrete Unicorn when she had one of her sales. I don't know the colour name, but it is a 4-ply, 25% nylon, 75% merino, or not quite, because it's got a small percentage of stellina running through it. So let me show you if I can get it the right way round. This way. So, oh, this is gonna, is it better if I go this side for colours? Not really, go in the middle. So, let me bring this close so you can see the pattern. So this is slip stitch colour work. Can't really see, might get a little flash of stellina, probably not. Yeah, so this is the summer version of the Jimmy Jab. There is a there's all different versions. There's a heavier weight one, there's long sleeve one, there's cardigan, all sorts. I am currently working on another one of these, not for me, but for Cara this time. So this pattern also has lots of options for adjustments. So there's short row shaping, there's bust adjustments, so you measure between your upper and your full bust, all very clearly explained. So I have got some bust adjustments, but not the full bust adjustments. There's different sized bust adjustments. How many times can you say bust adjustments without it sounding ridiculous? Obviously across your full bust. Then there's another short row shaping that you can do to stop the front from lifting. So if you have a fuller bust, that can sometimes happen, that the front of your garments rise up. There's shaping for that. Again, like I say, very comprehensive pattern. So the colour work is super easy. If you haven't done colour work before, it's like I say, slip stitches. So not like stranded colour work or anything like that. This one I have followed the pattern completely and done the 1x1 twisted rib, which I'm not a fan of. Looks lovely, don't like knitting it. And then I cast off using the accent colour again. Now, if you're sensitive to yarns, Flora maybe isn't for you. I'm not too bad. I don't like what people might call a rustic yarn. I do like a soft yarn. This one is a little bit tickly. I've only ever worn it with like a long sleeve top underneath it at the moment. I'm not sure if I could wear it. I'd have to have something on underneath it. Yeah, I can feel when I put it around my neck, it's a little bit tickly, but yeah. So that is the Jimmy Jab. Hopefully you're all keeping up and I'm not going too fast. Right, let's move that one over there. How are we doing for time? Okay, what have we got next? We have got the first of those. Let's do those two in a row. Okay, you'll recognise one of these colours again. Sorry, I'm just going down here to get some things. Right, so I had some yarn left over from the, oh that's tickled my nose, from the Jimmy Jab I've just shown you. So I have put it together with some other colours to make a Vibes tee. The Vibes tee is from Tif Nielan. So what have I used for this one? Okay, I have got some of my own hand dyed in amongst it. I'll point them all out when I show you. I have got some James Makes Yarns. That's that one, and that colourway is Christmas Leftovers 2.0. I also have some Pixie yarns, which is a one of a kind, and again the Petrol Flora. I'll point them out when I show them to you. So here is, let's try it out. Here is my first Vibes t-shirt. I'm just going to shuffle forward again so you can see the colours. Ooh, I love this colour combination. I'm very pleased with it. So as you can see, this is the Flora in Petrol. Then we've got this turquoisey, greeny, bluey stripe is one of my own hand dyes. The next, the multicoloured with the greens and the pinks and all the loveliness is from James Makes Yarn. Then the bright pink is the one of a kind from Pixie Yarns. So as you can see, it's a striped garment, again knitted in the round top down, again with the old 1x1 twisted rib. It wasn't that bad, and honestly, look, there's only like 4 rows apart from when you get onto the rib at the bottom. What's that bit called? Rib at the bottom. Collar, cuffs, rib at the bottom. So as you can see, it's stripy jumper, varying size of stripes. You get 2 rows of these eyelets, and then the next repeat has this slip stitch detail, which is the bit that goes across your bust, so you don't got holes across there. Then follows up, the next bit is your holes again. Then I added some length to this. I think in the actual pattern it stops with 1 row of slips, but I've done 2 rows. Then my rib at the bottom before casting off. So yeah, I am really pleased with this one. It is showing up fairly well here. Again, it's got that little bit of tickle in there with the Flora, but I have worn this as it is. It was fine. But yeah, I can wear. Did I wear it as is? I might have worn it with I've got a pink long sleeve top, or have I just planned to wear it with that? That is the first jibber jabber. That's the first vibes. No, this was the second one I made actually, but it's the first one of the two that I'm going to show you. I shall show you the next one. If you think this one is bright, the next one is even brighter, so you might need your sunglasses. It is really bright. Again, this is a Vibes Tee from Tif Nielan, and the colours I have used this time are Discrete Unicorn, which is Tete, and that is a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. I also have a James Makes Things, one of my favourites. I think I've got all my favourites today. Discrete Unicorn, Pixie yarns, Rainbow Fusions, and did I say James? Did I say him first? Anyway, this is a Lucky Dip. James Makes Yarn. Then I have a Woolshed, which was again, I think was a Lucky Dip as well. That's a 75%, 25%. They're normally all that kind of percentage that I use. Yep, the James Makes Yarn is the same. And finally, Flora is back, but this time in the colourway Magenta. Okay, you ready? I have prepared you. It's not going to be to everyone's taste, but I absolutely love it. Pow! Whoa! Oh gosh, it looks really bright there. I mean, to be fair, it is bright. Yeah, it is. That's all I can say. It is bright. Okay, let me get a little closer for you to see the colours. So we have got the Flora in Magenta. That looks a little bit darker there. It's like a bubblegummy bright pink. Then we've got this bright orange, which is from the Woolshed. Then the mixed is the Lucky Dip James Makes Yarn. Then the bright yellow with sort of orange and green flecks is the Tete from Discrete Unicorn. You can very almost see the sparkle. Excuse me. So again, same as the previous one. Got those eyelet rows, you've got those slip stitch rows. And I did it the same length, added on a bit of extra, and I love it. I know not everybody would want to go out in these sorts of colours, but if you've been here for any time, you know I love a neon. So that is cheese. That is my vibes. So 2 vibes, highly recommend. Especially if you've got those sort of one skeins that you're not sure what, you don't want to put them maybe in socks because they're too nice. You want to be seen a bit more. I think I had obviously had bits left from all of these to go into other things at some point. So that is the second vibes. Another quick slurp of water. I'm going to run out. What's next? Aha, the Tolster, the other Tolster. Yeah. This is a 4-ply Tolster this time. So again, by Rebecca Clow, the Crochet. This is... No, I haven't put that. Okay, this one, get it up. I've worn lots. This one I have knit using Stylecraft Special 4-ply, which is just an acrylic yarn. I've used this before on, I did a Tolster ages ago now, which was knit in this but black, and I used my Haunted House, which actually I have got a bit of here, Haunted House colourway from Floof Fibres, actually another one of my favourites. So I know that it wears well, it washes well, and fits the budget, I think, because I've teamed it up with hand dyed. I think it looks okay. So, you know, everyone's got different budgets, haven't they? So yes, that's a Stylecraft. Then I have teamed it up with a set of rainbow neons from the Discrete Unicorn again, and they are a sparkle base. So grey, nice light grey. Pow! Neon rainbow. Oh, I really love this. These were a 20-gram mini set. So pink, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. So it's the grey and the colour. Don't know if you can see the sparkle at all. So what I did was, to make sure that I got the most out of those minis, is I knit the plain grey all the way until the split for the sleeves, then started adding in the colours and just knit as much as I could to get full rounds. So I ended up with 14 rounds of the neons, and then I put half that in between, so 7 rounds of the grey, and then yeah, all the way to the bottom, 7 rounds of grey, and then this one has a 2x2 rib. I don't know what the pattern calls for actually. I've buried the DK one, but like I say, you can do what you like really. as long do whatever you want, as long as you like it, and that's all right, isn't it? So again, another brightly coloured jumper, and I love a rainbow. If you've been here before, you know I love a rainbow. So that is another Tolster. Okay, the bottom of the knitted pile is in sight. 1, 2, 3 more. Right, what's next? A jumper. So, I haven't worn this one yet. Now the weather is getting chilly, you'll be able to get it out. This is the Woodhaven pullover, again, another pattern by Tif Nielan. Excuse me. This is an Aran weight jumper. I think actually in her pattern it's a worsted weight. I've used Aran weight yarn. For the main colour, I have used a Yarnsmiths Aran Create, which is a 100% acrylic again. My budget doesn't stretch to, like a hand-dyed or a more premium yarn for the whole project, but it means I can put my hand-dyeds with it, make things go further. So this, like I say, is 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 195 meters. I really like the Yarnsmiths acrylic yarns. I haven't had a problem with any, actually I haven't had a problem with any Yarnsmiths yarns. I've used quite a few of them now, and I would recommend. And I have teamed this up with Rainbow Fusions, which is a 4-ply, which I held double. The blue was called Royal Blue, and the what did I say? Rainbow Fusions is called Bonnie Dazzler. Okay, so again, top down. This is slightly different because I think, are they called a saddle shoulder? I'm not really sure, but you do the shouldery bits before you do the rest. There's technical jargon for you. Right, here it is. Oh, it's going to come up dark. So this is the Rainbow Fusions held double. This is the front, so you only get that small bit there. Then you've got the short row shaping at the back. Excuse me. Then, so it's only got a small amount of the coloured in. So that's that. 2x1 twisted rib, I think this was. You can see why I got a little bit fed up with it. I seem to have done a lot of patterns with it. Then you get this eyelet section. Do I need to put my hand behind it? Is that better? Hold on. So you get this eyelet section underneath the coloured section. Then it's just a flat knit all the way down, and I've cast off again. So yeah, 2x1 twisted rib. Oh, that's the back. I want to show you the front. And then cast off in this purple colour. Then you pick up the sleeves, and they have the same. Oh, that was, the light shone really well then, and then it went away. Then you have the same eyelet section. Let's see if I can put my hand in it again and show you. Same eyelet section at the cuff, or before the cuff. Then the 2x1 twisted rib cuff. Like I say, I haven't worn this yet. I knit it a long time ago. When did I knit this? 28th of April, finished on the 9th of May. So that'll be out soon. What I will do is when I wear these, because obviously I'm a larger lady, they're big garments, you can't quite see them all, but I don't want to stick in loads of photos in this one, because I knew it was going to be long, and if you put photos in, it makes it even longer, and with editing makes it even longer. So when I wear them, I'll try and remember to take some photos and put them over on my Instagram. My Instagram I will link underneath. It is Hannah'sHappy_space. I'll put it on the screen. Okay, last knitted garment. What's that one? Put that one over there. Now, this has to be, I think I'm going to go out on a limb, say this is the favourite thing I've knit. Definitely out of these 6 months, maybe the year. I will be doing more of these, definitely. You're excited now, aren't you? This is the Twist cardigan by Amber O'Brien. I bought this cardigan pattern when she had a sale on through the year. Every day she had half off, I think, I want to say. Anyway, this is the Twist cardigan. There's three different lengths: cropped, hip and thigh. I basically just knit it as long as I wanted it, as long as my yarn would allow as well. Again, excuse me, Yarnsmiths Merino sock in charcoal, and the most beautiful yarn from lovely Mandy, who is Mousewitch Yarns. One of her variegated sets. She does Vibes and Sky sets. They are what was that? 12 20-gram mini skeins that make a beautiful fade. I'm sure they're all as beautiful. This fade is amazing. So let me fold it in half so I can show you it properly. And then I'll show you the colours, then I'll show you the design. Sorry, I'm jabbering. Here we go. This is the grey. This, look at that. Move back a little bit. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, that really sounded Devonshire then, didn't I? Amazing. This is Rainbow Skies. Sorry, Mandy, I can't remember if it was Skies or Vibes. Look at your notes, Hannah. It's Vibes. So it goes from this beautiful pink through to yellows, then through to blues. And it's seamless. So I just basically used it all up, each skein, apart from like the first 3, because I didn't realise how far things were going to go and the shorter rows and everything else. But by the time I got down here, I was just using every scrap. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, the Twist cardigan is an unusual construction. Start at the top, and as you can see, it's got this triangle. So that goes all the way through to the bottom. So you knit this coloured piece. Obviously, it's a paid for pattern. I can't go into too much detail. But you knit this first grey triangle. Then you knit your coloured section, which goes into the sleeves. So you can see here, you get that same triangular shape in the sleeves. So then, whoop, oh, there's the back. So you knit this triangle shape, and then so then I did a little bit more with the grey to get the length that I wanted. Then you pick up and you do short row shaping on the side. So this is underneath the arm. It's hard to see because it's so dark. So you get this triangle shape underneath the arms. I really love it. And the same is in the sleeves. So if I flatten the sleeves out. So you get this triangular shape with the colour in the sleeves, and you do the same with the short rows to pick up. It's quite a ballooned sleeve. I probably could, that's in the pattern is actually like a balloon sleeve. I'm sure if you worked it out, you could do a tapered sleeve. But I'm quite happy with that. And like I say, I absolutely love it. This one comes, oh, sorry. This one comes down just below my hips, I think, probably. But yeah, I definitely plan on making some more of these. These fade kits are absolutely brilliant for things like this. But in the pattern, they've got ones with fades, stripes. It would be a great one to use with advent calendars, which I might do. I have got an advent calendar this year. I have got discrete unicorns coming. So that might become one of these. It would be really long, or I could just use half, because obviously this was 12 skeins. So I could half the skeins. I don't know, but I'd highly, highly recommend this pattern. Get a lot of compliments. And I highly, highly recommend Mandy's yarn, especially those fade kits. Actually, I've got some more of Mandy's yarn coming up in another project in a bit. What we're doing, oh, let's crack on, Hannah, come on. So last knitted project is a shawl. This was a test knit for Alex over at my Yarny Corner. This is a fairly basic shawl. I'm sure she won't mind me saying. It is like a beginner's shawl. There was this and mitts that matched. Okay, so testing it. What yarns have I used? That's what we want to know. Country Mouse yarns. I don't have the tag for. Country Mouse yarns in colourway tie-dye, and then the other 4 colours are all my own hand dyed. There's an orange, a pink, a blue and a turquoise, and this is the finished shawl. So like I say, nice and easy, great one for a beginner. So you've got these stocking stitch sections that are then split up by eyelets, and then this central increase. So this variegated is the tie-dye, then the orange, pink, blue and turquoise, light shine through a bit, are my own hand dyed. This turquoise colour is what I used in my Vibes tee, and then the last row is this lacy eyelet section. I cast mine off with an I-cord edge. That's not in the pattern. But yeah, I thought it would look nice because you do this incorporated I-cord edge along the sides. Can't remember off the top of my head what the bind off was on this pattern. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, that's available over on my my Yarny Corner website. Again, everything will be linked. Okay, so that is that one. So that is all the knitting to show you. I have knit 3 pairs of socks, but they are all, actually I just forgot to bring them down. They're all upstairs in my drawer. There's a pair here that I've been wearing actually. These are a James Makes Yarn Lucky Dip. So this was a vanilla sock, which I use the basic Winnick Mum pattern. That's how I learned to knit socks. I'll just swing this around here. These are a 60 centimetre, no they're not, they're 60 stitch cast on, 2x2 rib, as long as I want to do for the leg, basically until I think, yeah, that looks right. Heel flap and gusset, knit for my foot, then hopefully these aren't too worn looking, the old wedge toe, so decrease every other row on the toe. I don't count rows. I'm really bad with socks, especially even if they're for other people. I'm not. I measure if they're for other people, I measure the foot using a sock ruler. If they're for me, if I've got a spare sock to hand, I'll measure it against those. If not, I'll stick it on my foot and see if it's long enough. Once I knit up until I'm just about halfway up my little toe, and then I think, yeah, stick your toe in. So that's a pair of socks, but I've also done a pair in my Haunted House yarn from Flu Fibre that was left over from my Tolsta last year, and I did a double knit pair of socks from Rainbow Fusions in colourway Hello Gorgeous, which was this multicoloured neon rainbow. I haven't written on here what I used. I used nearly the whole skein, 94 grams. I mean, I can't remember what I cast on for double knit socks. Probably whatever Winnick Mum suggests. Yes, so that's the knitting. Right, quick, let's get on to some other stuff. I don't know if we're going to get whips in. We'll see. So, right, let me have a look here. Move that out of the way. There's only 3 crochet projects to show you. I've only got 2 of them at hand. So the first one is a shawl by Sandra Paul. It's called Getting Ziggy Shawl. This is obviously a crochet shawl crocheted with fingering weight yarn. This one is done using Unbelievable in colourway Neon Purple, which was part of a sock club. I got both of these yarns on a D-stash. Another Rainbow Fusions, and that colourway is Snow Day, and it was a snow dyed yarn. Yeah, so there's the 2 yarns. It's a striped project, and it's going to blow out a little bit. Lights shining behind it. Okay, so it's this triangular shawl. And it is crocheted from the corner in these chevrons. So you get sort of a solid part and then a lacy part, and then alternating the skeins. Really blowing out. Let's see if I put my hand behind it. Oh, that shows the purple properly. So this multicolour has that same neony purple pink, and then it's got greens and blues of varying shades in amongst it. And then you finish off with this lovely chevron edge. If I can hold it out. So it's a nice, it's not too big enough So nice triangular shawl. I think and it used near enough every scrap. Yeah, the multicoloured used all of it, and that was a 425 metre skein. And then a very small amount of purple left. Yeah, really nice. Excuse me. So that's that one. I also made another one of these when my brother Finley came home from university. He liked the look of this and asked if he could. I told him he couldn't have this one, and then he said, "Oh, but could I have one?" Yeah, okay, I can make you one of those. And he was here. He was like, "Can you do it before I leave?" I had 3-4 days. 3 days, I think it was. And I was like, I might be able to. It didn't get done in that time. Had to send it off to him in the post. He chose, this is highly featured. I'm not sponsored. Yarnsmiths Merino sock in charcoal and graphite and hint of grey. So exactly the same, but obviously in those two colourways. That's those. And the final, he's done it, crochet project. Just get him into shape. Which I've stolen from Sebby's bedroom. This was one of Sebby's birthday presents. This is another Yarnsmiths, but a new Yarnsmiths Chunky Chanel. Chanel. Start again, Hannah. Chenille Chunky. You can see the colours. They are colours that I have not written down. Yes, I have. Storm grey for the grey, parchment and celery. And I have created this guy. This is My Neighbour Totoro. We are big Studio Ghibli fans in this house. Sebby's favourite film is My Neighbour Totoro. He's showing up a bit dark. He's got his little leaf on his head. If you've seen the film, you'll know all about that. This pattern was called My Dearest Neighbour Totoro and is by Peme Crochet. Obviously it'll be linked. I'm not 100% sure how you say it. This pattern was one of the most detailed patterns I've ever used. It had so many pages. I think there was one page for every round, or each bit of it, and there was videos and photos, and it was really really detailed. This was crocheted on a 5mm hook, obviously using the chenille yarn. Yeah, that's him. The yarn was really nice to use. With this really dark grey, you did have to concentrate on your stitch count. It wasn't easy to see always. To keep shaping him. He's been in Sebby's bed, so he's been a bit squished. And without blowing my own trumpet, Sebby opened this and thought I'd bought it. I even had to, I told him I made it, he still didn't believe me. I even had to show him the pattern on my phone of what I made. Oh, children, they're nice sometimes. So that is him, Totoro. Very nice. Right, okay. That is the Yarny Crafts. What else have I got to show you? Excuse me. Quick bit of sewing and cross stitch. So I'll do cross stitch first. I haven't written this down, so I've got to try and remember what it is. So the cross stitches are finished. They haven't been finished off, as in made into things or framed or anything. This one is still in the hoop. This is, right, I've got absolutely no notes. I think it was called the Spring Sampler, and it's by the Tiny Modernist. You also got, it was 3 patterns. Was it 3 or 2? There was definitely a little scissor keeper. I'll link it all below. So little sheep, little chicks, lovely coloured flowers, little barn. Then with your alphabet for the sampler. Nice, quick little stitchery. It's hard to show on the camera, but the Ada, it's 14 count Ada, and it's one of those, it's not hand dyed, I think it was DMC, but it's variegated in colour. It's a bit hard to see on the screen, and all the threads are DMCs. So that's that one. It was meant to be made into something, probably a little cushion to go on the mantelpiece for spring. Didn't happen. So that's that one. Pop it on the pile. Then this one needs an iron. This is the Labyrinth. If you knew that before, I'd even told you we can be friends. The Labyrinth is one of my top 3 favourite films. We watch it a lot here. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is. There's this here is all quotes from the Labyrinth. Yeah, this is the Magic Dance song. This pattern is from Cloud Factory. They have another Labyrinth pattern as well, actually, that's on my list. Yeah, so these are all DMC threads, and this is done on a 14 count natural Ada. So this one will get ironed and be framed. Yeah, love that film. Love it. That's the cross stitch. Then we have got, excuse me, 3 felt characters that I've sewn. I'll show you this one first. I am a fan of Luna Lappin from Cool Crafting. I've shown some of them on here before. Yeah, definitely have. This was a newish pattern. I made this back in April, I think it was. Might have been May. I was just peeping up. Here she is. This is, yes, it's a frog. I can see you all telling me she's a frog. I think she's called Grenaloo, something like that. That's not very good, is it? I got this, well, actually, my mum picked this up for me from one of the craft shows at West Point in Exeter, where Cool Crafting were exhibiting. And she bought me the whole kit. So it was a sew me kit. So it came with the pattern and everything. And I mean everything. All the felt, the eyes, the buttons, the threads, reels of threads, pins, needles, dolly needles, the works. I've had kits from them before and they're brilliant. So yes, it's a all wool felt. Obviously, she hasn't got any clothes. Lots of my Luna Lappin creations don't have clothes. I'm looking up there because there's a couple up there. The only ones that do have clothes are 2 of my Lunas and Eric the polar bear. So I should get around to making some of these guys some clothes. I have got actually a pattern to knit a jumper that'll fit these ones as well. So that is whatever her name is, Frog. Ah, that's sad, isn't it? I don't know what your name is. Right, and then the other 2 come from this here book. This is The Wild Woods by Simone Gooding, and this is Jeanette from Crafty Clegg's Fault. She showed this one, showed this a while ago, and the owl here Jeanette made, and that is why I had to get this book, because I had to make that owl. I've used Simone's patterns before. She's got Marmalade book, the little rabbit. We've made those before. She's got a couple of books. Yeah, there we go. Look, there's Marmalade, and then you've got Little Travellers and Hedgerow, and she also has an Etsy shop with loads of patterns on as well. So I have made. Let me just see what they've got named. So let me see if I can. Oops, sorry. What would you then? There are 2 I've made two things from here. So there's Burt Whistle. Ooh. I love him. Oh, I love him so much. So actually, I didn't say my frog that I just did, all hand sewn. Don't do anything on the machine. I've never done felt toys on the machine because I've only really not long been able to do straight lines on the machine. So little fiddly things is beyond me at the minute. So everything on here is hand sewn, although I did cheat and I used a glue gun for the wings. But oh, love him. It's got his little knitted bonnet and then a little felt flower. He's weighted with little plastic pellets, so he stands on our fireplace. Yeah. Oh, I love him. I know I've said it several times, but I really do. So that is Burt Whistle the owl. And then I also made Hazel the squirrel. In the book, she's a red squirrel. I didn't have the right coloured felt, so I have Hazel the grey squirrel. Again, all hand sewn, apart from a little bit of glue gunning to get these on here. There she is, with her flowers in her hair, big tail, and she has her lovely dress made from Tilda fabric, again, all sewn by hand. I could have done that on the machine, but my sewing machine is broken. And still broken, because I think I told you that last time. And my mum took her sewing machine away. Oh. I shouldn't complain because she's bought a new sewing machine. Now I can use her old one. Yeah, but there we go. Put them together. Oh, so cute. So those are those guys. Right. Oh, we're an hour in. Okay. Oof, I don't even know if I've jabbered enough to be able to edit anything out. I could edit out all these annoying sips of water, couldn't I? Right, shall I very quickly show you? I've only got five whips. Shall I show them very quickly? If you don't want to watch the whips, turn me off. Or pause it, get a cup of tea, come back. Right, let's really quickly show you what I am currently working on, shall we? So, Jimmy Jab. Yes. So, this is in my Soot Sprite bag from Coffee and Yarn Cakes. Told you we like Ghibli. And this is, like I say, a Jimmy Jab. This time is for Cara. Oh, excuse me. So I have to be honest, haven't done anything on this for a little while. And I'm on the round and round boring body bit. So it's going to be tricky to show because it's all a bit bunched up. Hold on its cable. But I can show you the colour work bit, and that's the exciting bit, isn't it? That's not showing its proper colour. Again, this is Yarnsmiths Merino sock in colourway 2K370, which is Magenta. So that's the main colour. Then for the colour work, this is another Discrete Unicorn. I'm not sure what it was called because it was one from her sales, shop sales. It's got a little bit of sparkle in, not sure if you can see it, but it's got different shades of green and then these occasional sort of pops of yellows and orange. This time I've just done a 2x2 rib. So I should just crack on. I was taking it to knit group and knitting round and round and round, and then I got distracted by other projects. But it'll get there eventually. Just don't know where. Right, that can go down there. Jimmy Jab. What else have we got here? Hat. That sounds really exciting, doesn't it? This is just a DK slouchy hat. It's the yarn that is the most impressive. Rainbow Fusions. Again, this I got the other day from a D-Stash, from Yarn Snobs D-Stash over on Facebook. It's just called Mystery Yarn. And this is sort of a hash together of other patterns to work out what I need to fit on my head. It's a cast on of 90, so far it's a cast on of 91 stitches, and it's a 1x1 rib, 30 rows, because I want to fold it back, knit on a 4mm knitting needle. Ooh, look at that. How nice is that? As soon as it came, I was like, oh, I have to do something with it quickly. It was going to be DK socks when I saw it on, when I decided to buy it. There it is in the ball. Because I purchased it with this set of minis, thinking toes, cuffs, blah, blah, blah. Then when I saw it, I thought, no, I can't hide it on my feet. So that is going to become a hat. So that's that one. Let's leave those a second. Oh yeah. Next one is a litmus cow, which, oh no. What bag is it in? Here it is. Which, yes, here it is. A litmus cow. This is in my Mandalorian bag from, oh my gosh, it's gone straight out of my head. Amelia X-Joy. This is, like I say, a litmus cow. This is my current knit club project. It's a rainbow. So, I'll show it a little bit closer up. We've got this multicoloured yarn. This is from Attic Spin Dye, which is called Neon City. So it's navy with these neon pops. Then I went through and picked out 6 different minis that I had. Pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I'm just striping them like it is in the pattern. I am on to the 3rd repeat of colours. And I should get all 4 repeats in. So that is just, it's a free pattern on Ravelry, just knitting round and round and round on, this is a, excuse me, a 20 centimetre circular needle, and I'm doing it on a 3mm, which is smaller than it says in the pattern, but I didn't have the other size. Oh, what's going on? It's telling the, it's not done that quick. Maybe it's because I've gone over an hour. The time has gone up on the colour, telling me to hurry up. Right, litmus cow done. Working on 2 crochet projects at the moment. This one is almost finished. This is the flower press blanket from Lucy at Attic 24. Obviously I can't show you it all. I will show you what the motif is. So it's these squares with a flower in the middle. There are 4, 8, 12, 16 of these squares all joined together. I am currently on the border. Yes, it's a rainbow border. I've got 2 more colours to put on, but I kept running out of the colours that I wanted and had to go and raid Mum's stash. This is a free pattern on Lucy's blog, but it was available as a kit as well in Stylecraft Recreate, which is lovely. I've used that yarn before, but it was wasn't really my colour way. It looked lovely, but it was a bit more pastel-y, pale. So I raided my small stash of Stylecraft and just happened to find enough colours that I wanted to use. That's nearly finished. I'll show you when it is. Oof. Next crochet project is the crochet along that I mentioned way back at the beginning. This is the gingerbread cow. Oh, sorry, rustling. Gingerbread cow by Serdar, which is their Christmas cow this year, designed by Lindsay Nunes, who is Lottie and Albert. I shall show you my lovely little shade card. This is from Crafty Clegs. Jeanette, her husband, makes these. Tim makes these. Just really cute, but they smell quite strong because it's burnt into the wood. And every time I get it out, I think, what's that smell? Oh yeah. And these are the colours. Didn't need to know that. These are the colours we're using: cream, ladybird, emerald, gentle jade, golden, tomato, peaches, pink, and bright lemon. I bought the kit from Wool Warehouse, and the first part of the pattern came out last Thursday, and here it is. This is the gingerbread house in the middle. Not what I was expecting. If you've seen Jeanette, you'll know that we were both of the same mindset, that we thought this was going to be a corner to corner, which daunted me a little bit because I've done corner to corner but not with pictures. But it's not. It's done in rows, and then this really nice border. Really like that. So yeah, that was part one. The next part is due out on Thursday. I've got my little progress keeper, again from Jeanette. That came with my little shade card, little gingerbread house. So yeah, keeping you can. That's what I was on Instagram for. Recently brought me back, sharing my progress on that one, so you can see how things are going there. That blanket has already been claimed. Sebi says it's going to be his. He doesn't want to know what it will look like at the end. He just wants to see what I do every week on it. Those are the two blankets. I am working on another blanket, which, oh, gonna rustle, sorry. You have seen me working on over the year. This is my green lambkin yarn Secret Treasure Club Secret Treasure box. These are September's colours, so they're waiting to be balled up and crocheted up. So this is a double knit yarn, 75% merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, and I have a bag full of motifs. Let me show you. These are the, oh, this is a nice bright one. These are large sunbursts by Nautical Crochet, and then when I've made them all, I'm going to square them up with a grey yarn, join them all together, so they'll be a bit more like that, squarey. So that was a bit of a rush, wasn't it, at the end there? Sorry. Okay, quick, I'll just throw it all over there and tidy it up afterwards. Right, oh, just over an hour. Thank you if you've stuck with me all the way to the end. If you've had to stop in between, I do not blame you. I've got a lot of tidying up to do now because there's piles of things all over the place. Right, is that definitely is everything. Thank you very much for watching. You've done well to stick around. Thank you very much if you came back after all these months away. Anything else to say? I've told you can follow me over on Instagram. I do have a Ko-fi shop. Nothing new has gone in there for a while. There are bags available in there that will be linked underneath. I will probably get around to making some more bags again soon. Possibly Christmas bags. If people are interested in me making Christmas bags, let me know. Please leave comments below. I like to read comments, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. YouTube isn't always great at notifying when they come through, so if it takes a while, that's why I've not ignored you. So yes, thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've said that plenty of times already. I'm going to be quiet, go away, get a nice cup of tea because my throat is very dry, and then tidy up. and then get back to doing probably that blanket there because I want it done. Right, I shall see you all again soon. Thanks once more for watching, and see you again. Bye.